There are three types of kids during exams. There's kids who came prepared, there's kids who came prepared to cheat, and then there's kids who prayed. I think I had a fear of exams because I didn't want to disappoint my parents. And that's why I hate exams. Everyone really made it seem like it was the end of the world if you flopped one test, but 2 days later, it was all good. You forget all about it. I remember when we were kids, I used to roll up with just a pencil, ace it and leave. Because it was easy. All we had to do back then was come up with sentences and add and subtract. But then they went and added a bunch of baloney in math and suddenly things got real. You'll get questions that look like some ancient summoning ritual and at the end it'll say find X. Forget the value of X, I can't even find the letter X in this thing. But at least with math, I feel like if you tried really hard, you could get better at it. It's just a matter of doing all the examples that the teacher conveniently skipped. Which is all of them, except the first one. Which is also the easiest one. But let's talk about the other math. I like gravity, so I like physics. Physics teachers will always be the coolest people. They'll make you fall in love with apples and projectiles and planes, and then the exam shows up, but it's a completely different language. You get viciously assaulted for 2 hours with the most confusing questions. Johnny walked 15 meters north and then walked log 68 pi meters west. Calculate his testicular torsion. And you could just swear that none of that was in the textbook. But at least you'll get a couple points in physics just for extracting the given and required, even if you don't know the solution. Problem is, do you know what's required? I don't know what's required. Or what's given. It's in Vietnamese! Physics had us looking at the board for clues, anything to help with the exam. And also the desk, because it might have some useful formulas left from the previous generation. Sometimes I just write down all the formulas I got in my head as soon as I get the exam paper just so I don't forget it. It's the same with history exams and their ridiculous questions. Why do I gotta know the exact date and time of Alexander's last wipe before he got killed? It's crazy. I remember this one time, one of my friends got 50 out of 50 on our physics finals, and the teacher started fake worshipping him because he knew he couldn't get 50 out of 50, even with the answer sheet. That's how hard our physics exams were. I remember asking this kid, "What's your secret, man? Help a brother out." And he said, "It's easy. Just study the textbook." Yeah, keep lying, as if we don't know what you were doing last night, summoning the demons, you witch! I probably got a 22 on that exam, and I guessed most of it. But this other kid got 24 by filling all the choice questions with B, and the teacher got so pissed that he was trying to fight the kid. Yeah, physics. But now, chemistry. I don't really know why I'm bad at chemistry, I can't explain it. Maybe we just don't have good chemistry. English. Raise your hands if you never studied for English exam. What were English classes even about? Present, perfect, past, participate, what? I don't think I ever understood any of this stuff. I just start writing and let all the movies I watched take over. Why can't all the subjects be like English, man? But deep down, I know we're all capable of acing all our tests. Okay, maybe not all of us. It's easy. Just study as soon as you learn something new. But the problem is, I don't want to do that. For some reason, everything becomes so much more gratifying when you do it at the time you're supposed to be studying. I don't even think it's procrastinating per se. I just be waiting for that realization to set in that no one is going to come to my room, study, then go to school and take the exam for me. So I usually end up waiting till the last minute to start studying, but it never fails. Until it does. But when you study last minute, your brain automatically ignores the fluff and focuses on the meat of the potatoes. But sometimes there won't be enough minutes in the last minute, so desperate times call for desperate measures. What I would do was I would take teeny tiny notes and kept them in my pockets. Now hold on, I'm not a serial cheater, okay? I just kept them for emergencies. Think about it. How would I remember the date and time of Alexander's last colonoscopy? I gotta write it down. Some kids write notes on their hands like tattoos, a bunch of rookies. This is how you do it. Look, it's either this or just saying it is what it is and going empty-handed, and then you see the first page and realize it is not what it is. It is definitely not what it is. But the truth is, I wrote these things a lot of times, but I never even had to use them, because somehow, when I write it down, I remember it. But also, it never shows up on the exam. It's almost like the teachers have clairvoyance, and they specifically watch me and what I'm preparing for just to avoid it. If you want to ace your test, here's what you gotta do. Pull out your notebook, then write down everything you think is important. Then throw it out the window and write a completely different one, because that one ain't appearing on the test. But listen guys, real talk. When it comes to copying from people, don't do it. Unless it's a life or death situation. In that case, go right ahead. I don't like copying from other people because I'm a morally superior individual. Totally not because it's the first time I tried I got caught. I'm just way too clumsy. Check it. This one time, a kid in front of me wanted to exchange our question sheets because I wrote down the answers on mine. So he snuck his paper on my desk, but before I could hand him mine, I got caught with my pants down and I did not play it cool at all. But the teacher got preoccupied, so I immediately got up and disappeared into the chaos. Crisis averted. The second one was much more dramatic. So it was a math exam and I didn't know what got into me, but I didn't study a single thing. My bro was like, I got you, man. I'll throw you the answers when I'm done. Alright, cool. But the thing is, we didn't have enough experience for this and it was gonna be extremely obvious. So we got in the exam room and tried to find a nice corner spot. But the teacher had other plans. He assigned everyone random seats. Bro was placed way at the back and unfortunately, I was front and center. I thought, yeah, mission failed. Guess I'll just roll my pencil and see what happens. So I sat there for a while, just for the sake of my dignity. And kids started leaving, and then I see bro walking over to the teacher to hand out his paper. I was like, must be nice. And then he looks at me, smiling. Uh-oh, what is he doing? And what is he holding? It was a piece of paper. At this point, I'm thinking, that's gotta be some snot-filled tissue, cause ain't no way he still thinks we're doing this. I'm basically in front of the teacher. But bro casually started walking towards me. And when I look at the teacher, he's looking at bro, looking at me with the paper in his hand. Stop walking this way, man!
Hello, unguarded. Hello, hello.
The teacher saw everything in 4K, but how could he not? He could have been blind and he still would have seen that atrocious attempt. So he walked over to me and I started acting like I ain't seen nothing. I ain't never seen that guy in my life. Who was that guy anyways? I don't know. Did you know? I'm legally blind. In fact, I can't even see you, sir. Yeah, so he opened up the paper and long story short, bro got a 0 on that test, but I escaped. Again. Huh? You got my answers right? What was that? Huh? I mean, thanks for trying, but that was the worst throw I've ever seen. I'm talking to you, by the way. You know who you are. I know you're watching. To conclude, I just want to say, study and don't cheat, but if you do, don't do it how we did it. Now go watch the next video. Till next time, I've been Yellow at your service.